Hello, good morning friends. My name is Ashok. I am from Ahmednagar. Our today's Viva topic is what is a access modifier in Java. So basically, why we use the access modifier in Java. So access modifier is declared to the scope of field constructor methods. So we can use the access modifier to check the accessibility of the scope to the various types of access modifiers like public, private, protected and defaults. So we will discuss about the that access modifiers one by one. Basically first is a public access modifiers. So public access modifier, it means it's accessible scope to anywhere. That means suppose we declare the access modifier as a public, so it's accessible scope the within the class, outside the class, within the package, outside the package. So that is a it's accessible scope anywhere. So it is a public access modifiers. So next is a protected access modifiers, access specifiers. So protected access specifiers, its accessible scope the within the within the same package and within the different package, but we can use the we can use the subclass. It means inheritance concepts. In that situation we use. So without child class extending, we cannot use the protected access modifiers. We cannot achieve the protected access modifier. Next is the default access modifiers. So default access modifiers, it's accessible scope the within the same package. Basically default access modifier is also including in Java by default. That means it's not declared in a specific format. So it's already declared in Java language by default. So next is a private access modifiers. So private access modifier, it means it's accessible scope within the same package. That means suppose we have declared the access modifier in class, so we try to access to another class, it is not possible to access it because of it is declared as a private. That means it's accessible scope within the package, within the class. So it is the various types of access modifiers are including in Java. So there are two types of access modifiers and non-access modifier. There are access modifiers. There are two types, like access modifier and non-access modifiers. So we will see the access modifiers, and then I will discuss about the non-access modifiers. So there are various non-access modifiers is like keywords such as static, final, synchronize, volatile, transient, native. So it is a non-access modifiers. So we will discuss about the in one by one. First is a static. Static means static, it is main function to use the static access modifiers to the it is the main function to memory management. That means we do not need to create any objects. That means we save the memory. That means we can suppose we have tried to call the methods by using a class name easily. That means we have avoid to the memory wastage. So it is the main function of static keywords. So we can create one instance of the copy and share among all the object in the class, all the objects. That means we are achieving the memory uses. So it is a static. Next is a final. So final non-access modifier, it is a accessible. It is a restriction to the applying to the classes and then method and applying to the classes, method and variables. Once we create a variables, method and classes as a final, so we cannot change we cannot change after declaring the final. Suppose we are declaring the we are declaring the variable as a private, so we cannot modify it in it at the runtime. And next is we declare as a class as a final, so we cannot extend it. And method is declared as a final, we cannot override it. So it is a function of final access model, final keywords. So next is the synchronize. Synchronize keyword, it means suppose we are trying to access to multiple threads at the same time, same resources. In that time, output is provided to output is provided to wrong. That means only one threads are entering in the synchronized area. So that is a synchronized keywords. So it is all about the access modifiers and non-access modifiers in Java. Thank you so much.